Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this Thanksgiving matchup. It's the Black Knights and the reigning NFC champs. Coming up next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with their opponents. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they've had a long few days already as they were in London last week, back in the States, and on the road this week.
And they had some travel troubles coming back from London, but since they came back with a win, they'll put up with those and continue to move forward.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Zeke from last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Flush to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Shreds the tackle. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Flushed out right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. A nice throw there for the 1st down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, what, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Black Knights have taken the early lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? Is that the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the...
And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
After one, it's 9-0. Second quarter now, and it's London with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffith. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. That caught by Manhertz. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they? That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll set up to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Black Knights add 6 to their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. K'Lavon Chaisson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Key to tight end. Key to tight end. Hey.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll give to Elliott. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. London about set to take over on offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Yeah, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving once again from our gang here in Orlando to yours. We'll get back to AT&T Stadium in a minute, but first, let's take a look at what's coming up later this holiday weekend. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts, as they'll have to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Both teams making their final preparations for this second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man complete. That's Griffith. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Flushed out right. He finds his man complete. That's Griffith. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A handoff for Etienne. Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be out right at the 35. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. 2nd and 6. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Dwayne Smoot make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Agnew now to return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
Mike 14. Mike 14. What's the curl?
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Etienne with it. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffith. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Black Knights add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game. Pressure comes, and down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. London about set to take over on offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy?
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Nice play, baby.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Open man, Lamb, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Parkey with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go.
London about set to take over on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now it looks like he'll throw here, eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Griffith. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away, because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for our visitors, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.